There's a good bet that Sully found. Didn't you found it right, Sully? The champion versus the field.
I just kind of scrolled Caesars. It was
you're reading the gambling site. It's fine.
Yeah,
and so give you credit. Let you explain it.
Yeah, no, it's just champion versus the field. Bills, Eagles, or Chiefs to win the Super Bowl this year. That's -125. You take the field, it's +105. You kind of look around and you see the rest of the odds there. It's tough to find another legitimate Super Bowl contender. I mean, if we're looking at just the odds, the San Francisco 49ers have the next best odds, tied with the Minnesota Vikings at 16-1. I don't love either one of those teams.
So obviously you got two teams in the AFC, which is, like if you get a Bills Chiefs AFC championship game and the Eagles make the NFC championship game, the odds for this would be like -10,000. Mm-hmm. So you have to, it depends on the draw. It depends on I was trying to say draw in a Boston accent. I couldn't do it. It depends on the draw. Like if you get Bills and Chiefs scoring off the divisional round, then the odds for this would change dramatically. Or the Eagles, the 1 seed, you're probably going to have both 1 seeds.
Mm-hmm.
So certainly, the Eagles could get caught. One of the Bills or the Chiefs is going to be the 1 seed in the AFC, more than likely, and then the Eagles are the likely team at the 1 seed. So you get two teams automatic. You feel good about your teams advancing. I don't know, man. It always feels like in football, it's crazy to take just 3 teams versus the field because of the insanity that can happen. But it's so the parity, like, doesn't extend up to the top. It's like it's like 4 or 5 teams at the top, maybe, and then just utter chaos and like crap below it.
We'll play this game just really quickly. Play this game. Which team outside of those 3 are you afraid of ruining this bet? And how far down do you have to get to that list? Is it Dallas? It's not Tampa.
Is it? I'm not really worried about Dallas.
The Bengals.
Maybe I guess Dallas is 3rd in DVOA. I don't ever believe that Dallas. The Bengals could ruin it.
The Ravens.
And the Seahawks.
The Titans.
Yeah, it's a good point. Who's ruining this?
Like, I just think that it's, even though you have 2 teams in the AFC, I'm taking the field all the way here because I'm looking at, for one, if you look at, since they expanded the playoff field to 14 teams, no number 1 team, no number 1 seed has won the Super Bowl. And only one of the 4 has even made it to the Super Bowl. And so when you're talking about these teams probably getting the 1 seed, that hasn't been a help somehow, even though you're the only team getting the bye. And if you look at this same thing, if you would have played the same game last year, the 3 teams with the best record after 7 weeks were the Cardinals, who were 7-0.
Oh boy.
The Buccaneers, Tom Brady, 6-1. Aaron Rodgers, Packers, 6-1. And so if you're saying those are the 3 teams you
agree, don't disagree, but it's like in that case you'd be like, so I get the field, I get the Bills and the Chiefs. Like, okay.
Well, no, I think if they had the bet, they would have added 1 team from the AFC and probably pulled out the Cardinals or one of the 3.
Oh yeah, they would have gone Cardinals, maybe do 4. You would have had to have 1 AFC team and
I think they would have put the Bills in there because the Bills were tied for the best record in the AFC at that point. So then you would have had Bills.
Let's say even you go 4 teams: Bills, Cardinals, Packers, Bucks, and it's like -150.
I just think I would take the field all the way here. I know that sounds crazy, but it's just we've seen too much chaos. And I think the Bengals are a good example from last year where if a team gets hot, they can beat anyone. And maybe like the Titans don't make the Super Bowl, but they somehow get plucky and lucky and eliminate the Bills in the divisional. Just weird things like that happen. And
injuries happen.
Yeah. If you give me 29 teams, I'm going to take 29 teams.
Yeah, Well, and you're only taking like
10.
I guess you're taking like 20.
It's really like 3 versus, I don't know.
15.
Yeah, I was going to say 10.
Maybe 25 here instead because it's so, like the Panthers are still in play, although like, that's part of the problem too when you're taking the field. Like you could end up with like getting a Panthers playoff team, and nobody really wants that.
Yeah.
I agree. I think you lean towards field, but the fact that it's Bills, Eagles, Chiefs, like those are it's a lot different than what Breech was pointing out last year, which is a great point to look at. All right,